What's going on, YouTube? This is Jim Fanis, and today I want to talk to you guys about Halo 5 Guardians, specifically the Cartographer's Gift DLC, specifically the Battle of Noctus Warzone map. Now, I was very, very excited when I heard that this new map was coming out because I am a huge Halo 5 fanboy, and anything else that they can give us on Warzone besides the same old maps I've been playing over and over and over are very welcomed. So when I saw the about a month ago, the guys at Halo 5 did a live stream. It was like a 2.5 hour live stream, and they demoed off the map and they showed it, and it looked very, very, enormous. But playing it, it feels even bigger. It is by far the biggest Warzone map, and I haven't measured them out in size or anything, and maybe I should preface that and say it feels like it's the biggest Warzone map. I don't know about sizes, like I said, and how big the game space is, but it is basically a giant open city with a giant circle around it, which is a road, and then there's a couple points on each side, and then there's a big point in the center. Now, different than other Warzone maps, this one has 2 garages, which makes it a very vehicle-friendly map. So unlike the other maps where if you wanted to summon a vehicle and you didn't have the center point, you'd have to do it back at your core. Now you have 2 different places. So if both teams are all holding their respective points nearest to their core, you're going to get a lot of vehicles very quickly. And that's exactly what this map is. It's very big, wide open spaces, very big, wide open roads. And it's the first time really outside of the campaign that I've been able to really open up a vehicle and not have to hit a bump and like go flying all over the place. I mean, it's long stretches of flat road. Now there are some really cool debris that's in the ground. There's a Pelican that's crashed. There's a bunch of cars that are overturned and just a bunch of vehicles and stuff in the road that you kind of have to swerve around. But you can really get on the gas and get flying, and it makes the threat of running around on the ground so much more real that you're going to get squished like a grape, as Mr. Miyagi would say. Now, to combat that, the guys at 343 have made a second level to it. Now, the second level has a lot of man cannons everywhere, and there's a lot more terrain up above. They're thin corridors, not corridors, they're thin walkways, but there is a above level. Now, you can get a vehicle up there, which is insanely fun, but for the most part, you kind of have almost like a 2-stage war. You kind of have vehicle combat at the bottom, and then you have like infantry combat up top, which it does work pretty well. Unfortunately, the biggest gripe I have with the map is it's enormous. And I know I just said that's a really cool thing, right? The problem is if you are not a sniper and you do not own the monument, which is a center point, chances are you're going to lose. And I know there's going to be people who give you, and say, oh, I win all the time and all this kind of stuff. I've seen it. I'm telling you guys, for the most part, if you do not own the monument, which is the center point, and you don't have a couple good snipers on your team, you're going to get hurt. Because what happens is the monument, it's open but not open, which is kind of deceiving. But because the walkway to get there is so long, it's probably a 30 to 35 second just straight walk, which is comparable to what you see on the other Warzone maps. The problem is, going back to that flat terrain, there are a couple places to hide, but for the most part, you're just kind of marching down the field, and you are getting pot shots left and right. And that's exactly how the maps go. Whoever gets monument, there's a fierce battle for it, and then they set up shop, and it's Sniper City. Now, that's the only drawback I'd say with the map, but it's very, very friendly towards vehicles. And I love that because I love vehicles. I love driving around the Gun Goose more than anything else in this game. So when I get some wide open space and I can get on the gas on that thing, I love it. Now, 2 improvements I'd like to see for this map. Number 1, I would like the guys at 343 to consider upping the player size, maybe to 16 to 18 players. It feels a little empty at 12. Because of the map's huge size, there are a lot of really interesting areas that just are not fought for because everybody just starts getting linear. And I know that the map's open, but I'm telling you, people just spawn in and it's just like a straight shot. Let's get to the monument. You don't really see a lot of like flanking that you would expect on this map, and I think a lot of it is to do with the size. I think if it was a larger size, it would actually support the style gameplay. And that's why I said 16 to 18. I think absolutely just straight doubling it to 24 is a bit much. But I feel like this map, because of the design only on this map, they should increase the player count just slightly. I do like the Warden Eternal. The fact that there's not one but two Warden Eternals, I think that is really, really cool. And the other thing I was going to mention that I do not like about the map, and I would like an improvement on, is not really so much the map itself, but this map just screams for big team battles. This chaos and carnage in this map just should not be shared solely on the Warzone. I don't know why they can't open this up. Now, again, you're going to have to increase the player count or make it more objective based or something. I think Slayer on this would go out for hours because people could just hide and camp pretty much everywhere. But I do appreciate that 343 is thinking outside the box. You do kind of have one map of each type now, where you have more of the corridor typey maps, you have more of the big outdoor maps, and then you kind of have the hybrid in between. So this is very welcome to the rotation, although I don't see it as much as I would have expected to. I'm still playing a crap ton of Apex. I know it's RNG, but whatever. But I would like to see I'd like to see this map more in rotation, at least on my account. And for all those people who are sick of this map, lucky you, because I have not gotten to play it nearly as much as I'd like to. But I do feel as if maybe it should be featured a little bit more. I don't know how they do that. I don't know how the RNG behind what map you're going to play actually comes into effect. All in all, though, it is a great map. It is tons of fun. If you're somebody who bought Halo 5 at launch and it didn't captivate you for whatever reason, you're crazy. But that aside, this Cartographer's Gift is free DLC. We get the new map. There's a bunch of new other things. There's a bunch of new rec pack pieces of gear, helmets, gun skins, that sort of thing. They're all great, tons of fun. But if you don't care about any of that and you just want to get in and just grab a battle rifle and go into action, I highly recommend you try to seek out Battle of Noctus. I think you will love it, and I think that it's different enough that it's a new experience, and gearheads like me who just love getting in those cars and driving around like bats out of hell, this is our home. So those are my thoughts. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.